Hey everybody, it's Steve, and we are at stage 6 and 7 of the StoryBrand framework. We're going to wrap it up right here, even though there's so much more to say. But these are really two sides of the same coin. And you and I need to know what's at stake for our hero, our customer, our ideal client, the person who participates in our program. What's there to be gained by them participating? Now listen, I'm assuming you're an ethical business person, that you're not selling crack cocaine or something else. You're selling something that people need and want and is a good thing to offer to the world. If you're not doing that, I really don't know how to help you, because you should be doing that. You should be making the world a better place, doing something that people need, want, and that will enrich their lives, promote the cause, move the mission forward, do something beautiful. Now, that assumption allows me to say that you are not being manipulative when you help people to see the failure or the success that lies before them. This is what makes a sermon a great sermon. You need to let people know that it matters what they choose to do with the information they've just received. If they don't pick the right path, they're going to wake up to regret. If they don't do what they need to do and fulfill their responsibilities, someone or something's going to suffer. I mean, that's really true with important things in life. Even when it comes to health, my doctor told me in January, I believe it was, Steve, your cholesterol's high and you have a really high risk of a stroke or a heart attack. Now look, I just had cancer in the fall. I don't need a stroke or a heart attack. Listen, I'm not a person given to fear. In my StrengthsFinder deliberative, out of 34 is my number 34 strengths. That's a cautious talent. I don't have that. But I don't want a stroke. I don't want to learn how to talk again. I don't want to have to learn how to walk again. Now listen, that can happen anyway, no matter what I do, but I don't want it to happen because I ignored and blew off my doctor's advice. So guess what? Bonnie and I went out and bought ourselves a treadmill, and we run every morning for 30 minutes on that thing. I don't love every second of it, but I don't want a stroke. We walk the dog. I walk Lucy, and I move that from a half a mile a day to a mile, or is it 2 miles? It's 2 miles a day because we go around the park 4 times. Listen, I'm watching what I eat. I'm counting my calories. None of that's my idea of a good time. Neither is learning how to walk again or feed myself. Okay, so that risk motivated me to get my butt in gear and get my business done. Now, there's a promise of brighter things, though, for the person who gets with the program. Sticking with that little illustration, I can lose weight. I've lost 8 pounds. Nothing to write a book about, but it's better than gaining out 8 pounds. I haven't lost any weight in years, and I'm working on it. So this is cool. I feel better, et cetera, right? I feel better about myself because I know I'm in a nice rhythm and a nice regimen that works for me. Lucy's happy she's getting walked. All right, let's take this back to the StoryBrand story movie kind of illustrations. So Daniel in the Karate Kid. Do you want Daniel to keep getting your butt kicked? Wouldn't it be better to stand up for yourself in some way that's, legit? We're going to do this in front of everybody at the great big Cobra Khan thing. And I'm going to train you, Mr. Miyagi says, and you're going to stand up. You're going to stop the bullying. You're going to regain your dignity and even get the girl. That's so much better than the status quo. Or how about Marlin? Marlin's afraid of the ocean. And the only thing he hates more than what he's afraid of in the big bad ocean is the thought of his son being in danger and him not doing anything about it. So, what do you want to have? The regret that your son is in danger and you did nothing, or the hope of being reunited with your son? Failure and success. The Hunger Games. Katniss. She don't want to find the Hunger Games. No one wants to find the Hunger Games. People die there. She doesn't want to do that. The only thing she wants less is to see her little sister murdered there. So she takes her place. And it's a high price to pay. But what does she want to live with? The awareness that her little sister is lost forever and she did nothing about it when she might have? Or the prospects of saving her little sister, maybe surviving, and then in the end finding a way to undo this horrible, oppressive system? Wow. Those are two extremes, right? And then finally, Mr. Bernardo Villalobos says to Ruby, do you want to work on a fishing boat? He doesn't say all this, but he's basically spelling out the two roads before her. Let your family rely on you in a way that's not healthy for them or for you. Make your brother continue to hate you. Now, again, he's not spelling this all out, but this is what's before her. Or reach for the prize, your dream of an education and a future in music. I can help you, but I'm not going to work harder than you are. What's your path? What are you going to do? And he's calling her to action, and he's presenting to her a brighter future or a future with regret. Okay, now, again, you can manipulate people with this kind of a thing. Don't. All right? Don't do that. But just help them to see what happens if they continue to neglect their health. They continue to neglect their marriage. If they continue to settle for that dead-end job when they could go get retrained for something that they really want to be and do. Think about your own self. What do you really want? What's important to you? What did you want 5 and 10 years ago and still want because you haven't done anything about it? If you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting, we're told, and it's true. So, what business do you need to get done? I just really want to challenge you, don't die with your song still in you, right? I believe this stuff. I really do. And so when it comes to teaching students or preaching a sermon or offering your programs, let people know what's at stake without being manipulative, but let them know there's really a bright future, or there's a future with unintended negative consequences you're going to regret. There's more to be said about this. I'll simply say thank you for engaging me on the subject of StoryBrand. Believe me when I tell you this is the truest thing in the world. When I started this series 7 weeks ago, I just thought it would be helpful. Now I'm getting so much confirmation from people I serve, and I serve people who serve underserved people. I serve people of color. I serve women in leadership. I serve people who are wanting more and are maybe in a transition, and they're thinking about what their calling is, their career, what their work is. So I serve servant leaders, and they're telling me this is what I need for my leadership. And so I'm going to go get certified in Business Made Simple StoryBrand frameworks. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'm really excited. It's going to take me some months to complete this, but I want to be able to help people overcome. So thanks for being part of one of those people. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any comments or questions, reach out to me at coaching@getyourbusinessdone.com. Lots of love to you. God bless and take care.